Coming up next, the latest on ceremonies honoring Queen Elizabeth and reaction from here in Pennsylvania.
Plus, a new focus on safety for women joggers after the shocking kidnapping and murder of a young mom in Tennessee.
I started carrying pepper spray with me, just like in my hand like this.
And a troubling new study about the bee population here in our state. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Renata Dal.
And I'm Gabrielle Tyner. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, people around the world, including here in Pennsylvania, continue to react to the death of Queen Elizabeth. The Queen's body has been lying in state since yesterday following a procession to the cathedral in Edinburgh, Scotland. Thousands waited in line to pay their respects. Later today, it'll be flown to London, and tomorrow the Queen will lie in state until her funeral. She spent 70 years on the throne and died last Thursday. Her son Charles is the new king. The funeral will be held next Monday at Westminster Abbey. President Biden is expected to attend.
The memorial events are happening more than 3,000 miles away, but there are plenty of Pennsylvania connections to the Great Britain, and people here are feeling the impact of the Queen's passing. Queen Elizabeth was 96 years old when she died last week in Scotland. She was the only queen most Britons had ever known in their lifetimes. Her death has led to an outpouring of emotions.
Their personal history, the history of their families, is almost intertwined with her history.
Dr. Sophie Claudine, the Sharp driver, is a Penn State professor of modern European history. She says those emotions are felt worldwide.
And that's not just in Britain, but that's also in the Commonwealth, in places like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and so on. So that's what she represents. She represented continuity.
Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf tweeted, "We send our condolences and join the people of the United Kingdom in paying our respects to an historic monarch." And here at Penn State, students are feeling the impact of her death.
You have to acknowledge the fact that Queen Elizabeth, when she was 14, was extremely vocal in supporting and fighting for the British forces in World War II. And when she was 14, so that speaks volumes of her grit and determination. And at the end of the day, Queen Elizabeth is definitely going to go down as one of history's most important figures.
And there's another Pennsylvania connection with the royal family. Meghan Markle is the Duchess of Sussex, and her father Thomas grew up here in PA. He was born and raised in Newport between State College and Harrisburg.
Politics and election season is quickly heating up here in Pennsylvania as we move closer to the November midterms. Democratic U.S. Senate candidate John Fetterman has agreed to participate in one October debate with his Republican opponent, Dr. Mehmet Oz. The two are trying to replace retiring Senator Pat Toomey. In May, Fetterman suffered a stroke, sidelining him from the campaign trail. Dr. Oz has publicly questioned the severity of Fetterman's health issues and pressured him to debate. Pennsylvanians can also now pick up voter registration forms in some new places. The governor has ordered 7 more government agencies to provide registration material to the public. That means you'll be able to pick up info at places like farm shows, state parks, libraries, and more.
The 4th marijuana dispensary in the State College area is set to open in a few weeks. Vital Options is planning for an October 3rd opening in the North Atherton Street, New Ulm, in the North Atherton Place Plaza. The parent company, PA Options for Wellness, has a collaboration agreement with Penn State's College of Medicine on research into possible benefits and risks of using marijuana to treat health problems. Penn State student Matt Dorsey is one of those who use local dispensaries.
I think it's really great that there's going to be a new dispensary here. Up until about 6 months ago, there was only one dispensary here running everything.
Pennsylvania currently has more than 400,000 active medical marijuana patients statewide.
The suspect in the kidnapping and murder of a Tennessee mom, Eliza Fletcher, while jogging, went back to court yesterday. Meantime, the Fletcher case has many women now taking extra precautions while running alone. Reporter Isabella Leahy has more.
Across the country and even here in State College, runners, especially women, are being warned to be safer after the kidnapping and murder of a jogger in Tennessee. 60% of women surveyed by runnersworld.com say they have been harassed while running, and police say we're not immune to trouble in the Happy Valley bubble.
We become the third largest city in the state of Pennsylvania every home football game.
Not only is Park Ave a busy road, but it also has busy sidewalks. Community members and Penn State students can be seen running alone right where I'm standing. Charlotte McAfee is a Penn State student, and when she runs, she is more aware of potential danger than ever before.
So I started carrying pepper spray with me, just like in my hand like this. And I guess it just is like, it's just needed.
Police say it's legal to carry pepper spray on campus, but they recommend if you carry it, be sure to test it out first.
Go outside, stand upwind, and spray it. See how far it goes out. See how close this person has to get to you in order for it to be effective.
Juliana Berry also has something else she can do in case someone is following her.
Scream like, hey, like some guy's name, very generic, like, hey, Matt, I'm here, like, come down the hill.
Other tips from police are to run with a buddy and be aware of your surroundings. Make sure to look from your left to your right and wear one earbud rather than two. Feel empowered that you can stop someone from attacking you, and make sure to run to a different area or to a police station if you are being followed. In State College, I'm Isabella Leahy for the Center County Report.
Experts say other safety tips include running while facing oncoming cars and running in the daylight.
The Bellefonte Police Department may soon have a new home. The borough has announced plans to purchase and renovate the original Armory building for the police department on North Spring Street. The old space on Westland Street had a lack of space, insecurity, and safety. The borough was awarded a $1.8 million grant to upgrade the armory. Closing of the property is expected later this month.
After years of planning and construction, Penn State Hillel now has a new permanent home in downtown State College. Matt Noah reports.
With the chop of a ribbon and a round of applause, Penn State's Jewish community officially opened a new permanent home in downtown State College. The ceremony on Friday celebrated the Gutterman Family Center, the Penn State Hillel's new building. The university's new president was among those attending.
A major commitment to this incredibly important endeavor, Penn State Hillel. This new building is now the Gutterman Family Center for Jewish Lives.
Penn State Hillel was founded in the 1930s and has been housed in buildings across campus over the years. Since 2003, the group shared space in the Pascarilla Spiritual Center. Ezra Names says he's proud of what the new building will mean to the community.
The opening of the Hillel Center is a wonderful moment for the community. As the first Jewish mayor of State College, it's a very special moment to see a Jewish center opening not just in the area but downtown.
The facility includes study pods, an open stairway, balcony lounge, and recreation areas and event space. Weekly events have been held there already this semester, but now the renovation is complete.
The Gutterman Family Center is now officially open and will be the center to Jewish life around the Penn State community.
The Gutterman Family Center is a warm and welcoming place to the thousands of Jewish students at Penn State, a place that inspires pride in their Jewish identity and where they can feel both seen and safe.
After years of searching for a permanent home, about 5,000 Penn State Jewish students now have a place to call their own. In State College, I'm Matt Noah for the Center County Report.
Penn State Hillel broke ground for the new 16,000 square foot building in 2019.
Plans to open a mini casino in State College continue, and a final decision may be coming soon. The College Township Council will hold a meeting this Thursday at 7 p.m. to consider turning the abandoned Macy's section of the Nittany Mall into a mini casino. At the last meeting, the council read emails from residents against the proposal. Public comment is now closed. There is also an Industrial Development Authority meeting later this month. A gaming control board hearing to vote on license approval can only happen after intervention arguments are settled.
Megabus is now partnering with Fullerton Trailways to connect State College with more cities across the state and region. The partnership will give Center County bus riders expanded access to places like Lock Haven, Phillipsburg, Williamsport. The extended service also connects Philadelphia with 11 other cities, Harrisburg with 9, New York City with 14, and Pittsburgh with 22 cities. Schedules are available online.
Still to come on Center County Report. Are we looking at some good weather for the rest of the week? We'll check the 7-day forecast.
Plus, a familiar farm name is setting up shop in downtown State College. Also coming up, a surprising study from Penn State researchers about Pennsylvania bees and what it might mean.
A produce market has opened its doors in downtown State College, but there's nothing new about this 90th generation family business. Wayfair Farm has been around for nearly 150 years. It's well known by people around the area for its farm produce. Now, the family has opened a new market and cafe, bringing fruits, vegetables, and baked goods to Calder Way.
A new study showed more than a third of wild bee species in Pennsylvania has declined, which could lead to potential harm for the state's farming and wildlife. Reporter Luke Brown has more.
When you see and hear bees buzzing around flowers, your first instinct may be fear, but these little creatures are more important than meets the eye. And according to a recent study by Penn State's College of Agricultural Sciences, there's troubling news. A third of Pennsylvania's wild bee species have declined. The study was conducted over 6 years of pollinator research in South Central PA. Nash Turley is the lead author.
So we collected bees for 6 years near orchards down in Adams County, Pennsylvania.
Species like carpenter bees and bumblebees are some of the species that were examined in the study. Experts say these pollinators are essential to wildlife as well as crops.
They're important ecologically for nature, but also a lot of our crops like apples, pears, blueberries, all of those require pollinators, primarily from bees.
Researchers say it'll take years of monitoring to learn if the changes that they've seen are a part of a larger trend or year-to-year fluctuations. Turley says it's not time to panic just yet.
I do like to stress that over 6 years is maybe not enough to know that that's part of a long-term trend.
In University Park, I'm Luke Brown for the Center County Report.
The Penn State-led team studied almost 27,000 individual bees for the study and 144 species. Now let's take a look at this week's weather forecast with Joey Walker.
Good afternoon. Here's a live look at the Penn State hub right now. Just a few passing clouds over the hub at the moment. We started off today rather muggy and damp, but as we go into the afternoon hours of today, we are expecting to clear out along with those clouds. Current conditions right now in State College feels like 68 with a dew point of 52. Now, we did start the day with a higher dew point around 62, and we have subsequently dropped by 10 degrees right now, creating it a very cool and comfortable environment here in the State College area. Temperatures at the moment, again here in State College, 68 degrees here in State College, 71 in Altoona, 65 in Johnstown, 66 in Clearfield, and 77 here in Harrisburg. Now, as we zoom out, we can see as those temperatures begin to increase as we look to the eastern side of the state. 82 in Philadelphia, extremely warm, 76 in Allentown, and 72 in Scranton. Now, along with those higher temperatures, we do also expect some higher dew points, creating some extremely uncomfortable areas and some very high dew points as well. But subsequently looking over into the western portion of the state, seeing those dew points much lower and in much cooler and comfortable areas as well as here in Center County. Radar and satellite at the moment, not much going on right now, just a few showers right over here in Scranton along the Electric City, as well as onto the western side of the state here in Franklin County. As we zoom out further, we can see radar and satellite. Not much going on at the moment. Just a little bit here up in Boston as well as in New England, as well as over in Erie as well. Futurecast not showing much going on right now. We are going to expect, as these showers make their way through the afternoon and into the overnight, we do expect to clear as that cold front begins to make its way through into the area. And we will begin to clear out Wednesday and even into Thursday along with the rest of the week. So for today, 72 degrees with clouds giving way to sun with winds moving west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Over tonight, as that cold front makes its way into the area, the low pressure will clear us out for a low of 54 degrees. And for tomorrow, 74, partly cloudy and pleasant with winds moving west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. 7-day forecast for us here. Again, starting off today with AM showers, sunny and breezy. For tomorrow, Thursday, sunny. And look at that, the rest of the week, sunny and beautiful as we get into the weekend, 80 and 79 degrees. So beautiful conditions on the way here for us as we make our way into the weekend. So definitely going to want to take advantage of that as we make our way into the weekend, try and get outside and enjoy some of those fun activities for the fall.
I definitely will be making my way outside this week.
And now, let's hear from Danny Murray for sports.
It was a busy football weekend around Pennsylvania. Coming up in sports, we have highlights from one of the big high school games in our area. And the Nittany Lions played their first home game of the season. We have highlights and reaction as the team now looks ahead to a huge road game. I'm Danny Murray with sports. Penn State football opened up home play on Saturday against Ohio University. A.J. Rovner recaps the action as the Lions look to stay unbeaten.
Penn State opened its home season Saturday in front of 107,000 fans at Beaver Stadium, and the Lions came away with a big 46-10 win against the Ohio Bobcats to stay unbeaten. Quarterback Sean Clifford threw for over 200 yards and had a passing and rushing touchdown before Drew Aller took over in the second half. Freshman Nick Singleton added 2 rushing touchdown runs of 70 and 44 yards.
Obviously, we were able to get some explosive plays in the running game, which was helpful. For a young kid, the game seems slow to him already. I think he's doing a really good job from a preparation standpoint.
Aller had 2 passing touchdowns while playing in the second half. Penn State's defense was swarming around the football all day, only giving up 10 points following a Purdue game where they gave up 31 points. The Nittany Lions even had a safety with Ohio backed up in their own end zone. Now it is on to Auburn and a tough road test. In University Park, I'm A.J. Rovner for the Center County Report.
Saturday's kickoff at Auburn is at 3:30, and you can listen to that game live on Penn State Com Radio with our team at Jordan-Hare Stadium. To high school football now, State College stayed unbeaten over the weekend by blasting Hollidaysburg 45-3, and Bald Eagles shut out Bellefonte in the Curtain Bowl. Reporter Logan Brandis was at that game for our After the Whistle football show.
The Bald Eagle area Eagles came away with their first victory of the season in a dominating Curtain Bowl rivalry matchup. The Eagles gained momentum with early plays on special teams, with 2 onside kick recoveries, paving the way for an offensive display on the road.
We're pretty proud of the kids. You know, they worked really hard this week. You know, like people were doubting us because, you know, we didn't really perform the first 2 weeks. We know what we have. Kids know what they can do, and tonight we put it all together that first half.
Quarterback Carson Nagel led the charge with 4 passing touchdowns, and running back Trey Green pitched in with 2 rushing touchdowns of his own, all before the end of the first half.
We needed this win. We were 0-2, made some mistakes, bad. I made mistakes. We needed this game. Big confidence game, big rivalry. It's awesome. It's back where it belongs.
It was a huge win. You know, we definitely needed that confidence boost coming off of 2 losses. It's not the limit, but we definitely could have did better. We had some mistakes, but it was a huge win to get our confidence up and go into next week.
Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Logan Morandis.
Next up for Bald Eagle is a game against Penns Valley this week, and State College will hit the road taking on Altoona. Now, let's head back to Penn State's campus for a look at soccer. Penn State men's soccer stayed at home this weekend. Unfortunately, the Nittany Lions fell to the Princeton Tigers 2-1. The lone Penn State goal came from Alex Stevenson on a corner kick. Penn State returned to action last night, starting the game with a 2-0 lead, but the game was postponed because of lightning. The Lions are back in action this Friday when they open up Big Ten play against the Wisconsin Badgers. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Danny. Coming up next, imagine the pressure of trying to kick a field goal at Beaver Stadium when you're not a football player. See how one person did with big money on the line.
Kicking field goals at Beaver Stadium can be a lot of pressure, but imagine trying to kick one if you're not even a college football player. At Saturday's game, a Penn State student had the chance to try a 25-yard field goal to win $1,000 scholarship. Aiden Torek gave his best shot, and take a look, he nailed it in front of 107,000 fans. Congrats, Aiden!
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you join us Friday for our next newscast.
You can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and our website. Have a good afternoon. Yes. I was there this one.